So earlier today, I spread around some Drosera capillaris seeds over there. These ones are not treated with, not stratified, and these ones, the new ones that I'm gonna put here, are gonna be stratified for about a month or two. And then just to see what happens, I'm using this video as a future reference, whether the capillaris sundews need some stratifications. Anyway, just doing it like that. There we go. I think that's all of it now. Nope. There we go. That's all of it, I think. There we go. And then I'll come back here in a while. Let me crush those seeds. There we go. Now, there's already some seeds from capillaris that I probably spread here a while ago, but we're not gonna count that. That's it. Another update is the Biblis seeds. There used to be a lot of seeds from this media, but now there's only 3 sprouted. What I did to make these 3 sprout is I dried the soil, baked it in the sun, because in the wild, I believe that's how they dehisce the seeds, so roots can grow. And then I put it in water. I started spraying it in water after about 2 weeks in the sun, I think. And then spray this is all of them now. There's 3 seeds that sprouted. Now, on a separate note, I started an experiment. I placed some seeds from the fridge of the same Biblis, and I put it in water, submerged it in water. Then I put it in the sun. What I noticed is the seed coats started getting softer. I was able to extract like 2 plant embryos from the seed, and then those are now rooting because they're exposed to the sunlight. I'm exposing them in warm temperatures and direct sun, like full sun, about 10 hours or so. I started seeing some sprouts, but the rest of the seeds that I did not extract from the seed coat is still not sprouting. I'll put some update maybe later on. Another thing for reference, these are Drosera capillaris that have flowered after experiencing some mild dormancy. Like, if you can see very deep down there, there's some curled leaves. That's when they started getting out of dormancy, or partial dormancy, I think. Now, these species are not known to exhibit like a deep dormancy in the wild. They just grow smaller, like they grow smaller leaves. But here in the tropics, that's just how they experienced dormancy. Slow growth and some weird leaves, and then after they got some decent sunlight and heat, they started flowering simultaneously. Now I'm gonna test these seeds also. Well, I already tested them. They're the ones that I already placed in the growing area. The flowers never opened completely. I think that's just a trait of the Drosera capillaris, or maybe it's because these particular ones are already too far gone with the self-pollinating. So now the ones in cultivation in my area is just not opening their flowers. But we'll see. Hopefully the experiment bears fruit. there's any difference, I hope. Anyway, sooner or later I'll store these seeds in the fridge too, just for stocks. Also look, the flowers are very healthy after dormancy. I don't know if that's necessary. This is just an experiment video. Another update is the Drosera spatulata started the flower stock, and I have some new ones in the collection. These are Drosera Sid Jamesii. It's a natural occurring hybrid of a pygmy Drosera. And then there's another one right there. I think that's not Sid Jamesii. That's just a random hitchhiker that I got from the seller. I'll have to ask him about that after it grows. And then these are some terrible looking Drosera rosianas. Initially there were like 6 of these, but only 4 of them. The 4 in the corners are doing well. This one in the center is not. And then I just planted some Drosera binata leaf cuttings over there too. Those are dichotomous too. Update with the Drosera dichotoma. Even in the tropics, they do go like semi-dormant during the rainy season. This one died back very hard. If you can see at the center, this one was the original growth point. It died back very hard, and then it grew out of this of the roots, and now this is its size. It's much smaller right now, but I bet it's gonna grow as well. Probably it's much smaller because when it died back, I kind of panicked. I tried pulling it out, then checked to see if it's really dormancy or just it just decayed, like rot. Turns out it's just dormant too. What else? I also acquired what I assume to be a Drosera binata that is just typical, because I don't think dichotom is very popular, but maybe I'll check with the seller if this is actually dichotom as well, because there's more forking happening right now instead of just the T, letter Y or letter T that is common with the typical variety. Or I don't know, maybe this is just a seed grown one as well. It's unknown. What else should I talk about? Oh yeah, Drosera adelae. I just made a research about it because I thought last year I killed all of my Drosera adelaes during summer, and I threw them all out, which is a very big fucking mistake on my end, because turns out they go dormant during the summer. So maybe next time I get an adelae, I'll just keep it, let it die back. But honestly, it's not a very striking plant anyway. Doesn't grow well during summer, which is like most of the time and most of the season in the Philippines, ranging from March all the way to June.